Okay, this is our document analysis for the 19th Amendment. Make sure you're looking at the directions here because you're not going to analyze every single document. It says using the document images provided, pick 3 documents and type your answers to the questions below in the shaded boxes for each of your choices. Make sure to add the document title to the first column. Okay, so make sure whatever document you choose, you're typing it here, and you have 4 things you're answering for each document. Okay, you can see here, there's only 3 you're doing. All right, so your first one says, what is this document saying? Why is this document important? Who is the audience this document was intended for? So who do you think is looking at this document or who would be drawn to this document? And then how did you respond to the document? So what are your feelings about the document whenever you saw it? What did you think about it? Okay. So this is your document. If you are in class, you're going to type, or if you're doing this digitally, you're going to type into it. Make sure you're hitting the submit button when you're done. If you are in class, you might have a paper copy, you're just going to write in the boxes. All right, now here are our documents. So I'm going to show you the titles real quick. So we have 12 reasons. My wife won't. Then we have not at home. Women pay taxes. We have a voting map. And we have President Wilson. And we have Seneca Falls. Okay. All right, so I want to do full screen. All right, so our first document, it says 12 reasons. 12 reasons why women should vote. Okay, and we have because those who obey the laws should help to choose those who make the laws, because laws affect women as much as men, because laws which affect women are now passed without consulting them, because laws affecting children should include the woman's point of view as well as the man's. Laws affecting the home are voted on in every session of the legislature, because women have experience which would be helpful to legislation, because to deprive women of the vote is to lower their position in common estimation, because having the vote would increase the sense of responsibility among women toward questions of public importance, because public-spirited mothers make public-spirited sons, because about 8 million women in the United States are wage workers and the conditions under which they work are controlled by law, because the objections against their having the vote are based on prejudice, not on reason, because to sum up all reasons in one, it is for the common good of all. Equal Suffrage Association of North Carolina. All right, in this one, we have kind of a political cartoon or a poster here, and it says, my wife won't. And it says Suffragette Series, number 11 right here. And it says, everybody works but mother, she's a suffragette. Okay, and this says, I want to vote, but my wife won't let me. Okay, so this kind of flips the roles. You have the man who can't vote and the woman who is out fighting to vote, fighting for the right to vote. Okay, so think about that one. Next, we have not at home. Not at home, women's place is in the home. You were out today. Were you at your children's school? The vote controls the school. Were you buying your dinner? The vote controls pure food laws and market conditions. Were you buying ready-made clothing? The vote controls conditions under which such clothing is made. Were you seeking a position by which you can support your fatherless children? The vote controls conditions of women's labor. Women need the vote. National American Women's Suffrage Association, and this one comes out of New York City, and you can see it is printed July 1918. Next, we have women pay taxes. Okay, women pay taxes. Women obey the laws. Women and children suffer from dirty streets, impure milk, adulterated food, bad sanitary conditions, smoke-laden air, and underpaid labor. Women clean the homes. Let them help clean the city. Okay, and it says, vote yes, Amendment number 1, November 5th, 1912. It will give women a square deal. It will give your girl the same chance as your boy. Votes for women. And it says, college equal suffrage league. Next, we have a voting map. This says the rights of the people, women are people, and it says suffrage victory map. Okay, so you can see in some of these states, it says full suffrage. Then we have primary suffrage, presidential and municipal suffrage, okay? And in the dark states, there's no suffrage, and this says municipal suffrage in charter cities. Okay, so believe it or not, Wyoming is the first state to give women the right to vote. And I believe it was when it was still considered a territory. Okay, so women are getting the right to vote, and so this is what this map represents. Okay. All right, President Wilson. It says, President Wilson, how long do you advise us to wait? It says Wilson is against women. So they're trying to encourage President Wilson to help get the amendment for women's suffrage passed. And our last one is Seneca Falls, the Seneca Falls Convention. Okay, in the political cartoon, we have the little ladies in the barrel behind the ones going over the falls, and it says employment, education, suffrage, and property rights. Okay, and then this says Declaration of Sentiments right here. And this lady is saying, hang on, ladies, it's going to be a bumpy ride, but it will be worth it. Okay, and they're diving into equality. Okay, and there's stuff here. We have Great Awakening, Market Revolution, and a bunch of other stuff here. All right, so the Seneca Falls. So Seneca Falls Convention was the first women's rights conference in the United States. The convention fought for women's rights to education, employment, suffrage, and property rights. The convention rode the current of other social reform movements, notable abolition, the Market Revolution, the Second Great Awakening, and the American Revolution. The result of the convention was the Declaration of Sentiments, which formally outlined the goal of the women's rights movement. All right, so what you are going to do, again, you're picking 3 documents only, and you're going to answer, what is this document saying? Why is this document important? Who is the audience this document was intended for? And how did you respond to the document? Okay, you are only completing 3. Okay, so make sure if you have any questions, you are emailing your teacher or you are messaging them through Google Classroom. And everyone have a great day.